Wow, shitty lighting. Can we like
do whatever you need to?
Well, the light's over here. If we can like sit, like turn it this way. Oh, see, now it's too bad.
Let's go like that. This will be fine.
Yeah, this will work. Why is it on? You got a shitty camera.
Whoa. Nobody's watching. Okay. By the way, DJ K freaking messaged me back with his number and everything. I'm just like, hey man, I actually started recording for tonight.
Next week.
Can I interview you tomorrow for next week? Okay, I called Jared.
Oh yeah. Jared grows in the morning.
Jared grows. Watch him not fucking pick up.
Yeah, true. I guess you'd start the podcast. We can get rolling on this thing.
Your call has been forwarded.
Let's just start. We'll just start talking about random bullshit.
Welcome back to the show, my listeners. We are waiting for Mr. Jared Gross to get on the phone with us as usual.
He didn't answer.
So. It's kind of a sellout. But the phone lines are open from 8 to 9 p.m. Me and Gunnar, of course, are sitting here to take all of your calls, comments, questions, concerns. We got people viewers. We got people on YouTube Live. Let's go. Gunnar, I just got to thank you first for that interview with James. I'm glad you said something because I was going to totally forget.
It was 7:58. And, hey, Jeff, live call-ins start in 2 minutes.
Gunnar,
you didn't even know. This is your podcast. You didn't fucking know.
Here's one thing I didn't think about. Yeah. This is our last week living together.
How sad is that?
It's very sad. And it's kind of disappointing. We had a good little run.
We gave her hell.
Oh, dude. We did.
That's what I would say. We gave her hell.
Oh, dude, we had such a good time. But
we're down where you dropped a viewer.
Dropped a viewer. That's unfortunate.
That better be Jana.
Jana, if that's you watching right now, questions, comments, concerns, the chat lines are open, the phone lines are open. Any of you guys listening, 712-541-1450. We got your call-ins coming as you may need.
Yeah. So, Jeff, I guess we've talked about it before, but what has been your favorite thing about living with me this summer?
Favorite thing, other than the warehouse and the smell. I love the smell.
Kind of bad.
Oh, I love the smell, dude. I would say, I don't know. Honestly, it's like a little like playtime thing.
We haven't had playtime in a while, which upsets me.
Yeah, playtime's pretty good. Yeah, I mean, it's been a good summer. I mean, living with you, like I said, very adaptable. Like me and you can, I can live in the stink, I can live in the clean, whatever it needs to be.
I'd say one thing that somewhat bothers me. I start to catch on the little things that annoy me.
That I do?
Yeah.
What? Okay. What do I do that annoys you?
Yeah. Okay, so last night we go to Main Street. We're gonna grab a beer with all the Ragbright people, and you're like, "Oh, I'm gonna drink some good beer. I'm gonna drink a good beer." And we go to the beer tent, and they have like Goose Island. They have a couple IPAs. Like they have some nice beer, like in a can, and you get a Busch Light.
Yeah.
Like you said, I'm gonna get a good beer, and you just end up getting a Busch Light, Jeff.
Dude, it was so good though. Nice cold Busch Light. Oh. It's hard to beat that, dude.
No, I agree with that, but I'm just saying it annoyed me a little bit that you did that.
Did I tell you? Okay, so you got that Ruthie beer or whatever, that Exile
great beer.
You said, "Hey, go get me another one of these," and I didn't hear what you said, so I go up to the counter. I said, "Can I get one of those roofie beers?" So I look at the lady. I'm like, "My friend wants like a roofie beer by Exile," and she's like, "Roofie in your beer?" And I was like, "Isn't that what it's called?" She's like, "No, it's Ruthie, you dumbass."
Jeff, how many times have I said, I think this week, Jeff, for as smart as you are, you're dumb as hell.
Oh, dude, I am. I'm a fucking idiot sometimes. You know what that actually makes me think of? Since Jared's being a total sellout and just not, I'm going to call Adam Ryder. And Adam Ryder's going to tell me, Adam Ryder's going to tell me some stories about this.
He will answer.
Yeah, so we'll get him on the phone. Listeners.
Put him on speaker. We need to hear his first reaction.
Let's get him on the phone.
Here, I'll start talking. of that.
Hello?
Adam Ryder,
You are on taking the over live.
right now. What's going on, buddy?
I'm on taking the over. Okay. Not much. Just pour me a little rum and coke on a Wednesday.
Okay, this is good.
relaxing.
Adam, so we wanted to challenge you. We're just going to straight up call you. We wanted to see how you improvise being on the show. Buddy, how's your day been?
All right.
Give me some thoughts.
Been pretty good. You know, if I'm gonna rate it 0 through 10, I'll give it about a 7.2.
Wow. Hey, that's a good day. We'll take that.
Yeah, I had an early morning, met with some clients. A little slow afternoon. Supposed to meet with a guy this afternoon and his family, but they didn't show up. So, but overall, pretty above average day, I'd say.
Hey, man, question for you. So
Sure,
Gunnar just made a comment, and I figured that's why I called you. You're the best person to ask. Gunnar said, "For as smart as I am sometimes, he says I can do shit that is really stupid."
No, I'm like, Jeff, for as smart as you are, you're dumb as hell.
Okay, now here's my answer to that. And this is some of my answers to some of the kids I work with.
Okay.
There are some people in this world, now hear me out. There are some people in this world that sometimes they're too smart for their own good. Now, in my mind, that means that sometimes you're smart, but sometimes maybe that takes away from something else. Maybe your judgment at times. I don't know. I mean, there could be a number of things, really.
Are you saying I don't have good judgment or what?
Sometimes,
No,
Jeffrey,
not
you
at all.
don't.
That just seemed like a right answer to me. I don't know.
Oh, dude, that's unbelievable. Unbelievable. Huh.
Am I right here, Gunnar, or am I wrong?
No, 3,000% right. I know exactly what you're saying.
You know,
JP, you just need to
sometimes
make
people
it.
are just smart for their own good. You know, there's some,
We're saying you're smart, Jeff.
Too smart for my own good. I like that.
Yeah.
That's funny.
Yeah, there you go. You're too smart for your own good. There you go. You can put out your Twitter bio now.
Hey, Adam, are you coming to my birthday party?
Does Dolly Parton sleep on her back that night, or
Say that again. What'd you say?
does Dolly Parton sleep on her back?
Who says that, you dumbass? Who
Well, I
says
do,
that?
apparently.
Oh, that's funny, dude. Hey, tell me a story.
Yeah, I'm not too smart for my own good.
Yes, you are. Tell me a story, Adam.
Tell you a story. All right.
You're on the spot.
Once upon a time, there was a single bachelor living in Des Moines. You know, he was doing fine, decent job, had a nice apartment. He very ambitious individual, you could say. Discovered that he likes alcohol and to overindulge himself in alcohol a little too much. Goes out one evening on a Friday. Maybe spends a little bit, maybe makes some bad choices. And then the next morning wakes up hungover. All right. That happens to all of us, correct?
Right.
All the time.
You know, just reflecting on his life, and he sees an angel, and then he sees this angel while he's trying to reflect on life, and then the angel tells him, hey, you know what you need to do? Call Jeff Perkins and see what he's up to right now. That's what that person did, and he reflected on life and made a good choice by calling Jeff Perkins and just having a good conversation.
I'm that guiding light, man. I'm the guiding light. That's what they call me. You know what we should start doing? If Jared ever is a sellout like he is today, right now,
Yep.
we should just do a segment where we just call our friends and just on the spot see how they respond.
Yeah, 100%.
And Adam, I got to give you credit, man.
Yeah.
You're doing pretty good on the spot.
Some people step to the plate and, just take 3 strikes on the plate, tell them I stepped to the plate and knock it out of the damn park.
You did good, man. You did very, very good. All right, buddy. Well, thanks for coming on the program. We're going to give one of our other buddies a call. Thanks for stopping by, kid.
Awesome. Have a good one.
See you, bud.
Bye.
So now that we're like 2 angry men, we're not 3 angry men.
Do you have anything that makes you really
Yeah,
mad?
I guess I could. I went to Hy-Vee today, and it's another one of those like, do your damn job,
Those are terrible.
right? I go to the meat counter. I'm just trying to get some lunch meat, and I point and I say, "Hey, can I please have a pound of the medium rare roast beef?" Okay, point at it. I enunciate my words. I speak the English language.
Yeah.
Like I can talk. I said medium rare roast beef. The guy acts like he hates his job, just mopes on over, grabs a pound of the medium roast beef.
Okay.
And it's not something, I'm not going to be one of those soccer moms that like makes him put the meat like back in.
Mm-hmm.
I ate it. I said, I'm not fighting this today. But that's the little thing that pissed me off today. That's why I was a little upset when I came home with my groceries.
I can always kind of tell when you kind of something makes you really mad. You just kind of got this little bit of edge to you.
Well, it's like, if I'm going to spend $9 on a pound of meat, I want what I asked for. You know, is it that hard, Jeff?
I mean, that happens all the time. You go to the grocery store and you get your groceries and they don't put half of it in the bag, and then you get home and you're missing like five things.
I actually made a list like Jared does. I think there was something else that pissed me off.
Oh, so you actually came prepared. See, I always just kind of feed off of you guys on this.
Right. What I did write your bias in sports predictions, but we kind of already talked about that.
Fair.
Jared's got a good one, but he's not here to talk about it.
What is it?
The DMV.
Yeah.
So he'll bitch about that later. Yeah. If he ever calls.
If he ever calls in tonight.
Yeah, that's about it. Gosh, what do you got? Jared's usually the conversation.
See, my thing is I have lots of little like things.
Oh.
Speak of the devil. Hello, caller. You are on Taking the Over.
Jared, you are live.
You're 12 minutes late.
You guys did not even wait for me.
Oh, we did. 8 to 9 p.m.'s our time slot. Well, welcome, buddy. How are you?
Are you kidding? I'm kind of pissed.
Oh, right.
All right. Kick it up.
We found something that pisses Jared off. What's new?
Dude, I've been the most loyal, whatever you want to call me, to this damn show, and I have a missed call from Gunner, and that's it. You guys start the program. No text messages. No nothing.
Sorry, man. Live call-ins are from 8 to 9.
False. I did text you today. I texted you at like 6:30. I did.
What makes just I just think that the one missed call, like that's it. One call. Okay,
Jared, I texted you at 5:57 p.m. and I said 8 to 9 podcast ? And I got 0 response from you.
Wow, that's a 2-hour heads up, Jared.
Okay, I'm just saying this started out as my segment, and now it's just freaking turning into God knows what.
Well, we actually changed it to 2 Angry Men. Jeff and I went through the stuff that pissed me off.
We thought about cutting you off the roster.
So I'm not even in the first 12 minutes, huh?
No, you're not.
Sorry,
what we did is we just said screw it and we called Adam. We got a couple minutes with Adam, got a little warm up, and now we got the LeBron James of podcasting back.
Hey, so what's pissing you off this week, Jared?
No, I'm mad because you referred to me as a caller. You referred to me as a caller. I'm not a goddamn caller.
You technically did call in.
You're late. You're late.
Technically did call in.
You are late.
It's like calling Paul McCartney just a fangirl. Are you kidding me? No.
If that's how you want to see yourself, Jared, sorry, man.
And you know what's the best?
I'm not some fangirl. This is my show too.
The most entertaining Jared is a pissed off Jared.
Oh my gosh.
Jared, I think I'm just going to keep roasting you to kind of keep this little bit of edge on you, you freaking pussy.
Okay. Wow.
All right,
That was a hard pee.
Yeah, it kind of was.
Swarley, what's making you mad this week, bud?
Oh, man. I don't even know. I wish I knew what you guys had talked about.
Well, we brought up that you were really mad at the DMV. What happened?
We didn't give any details. I just told the crowd that you were mad at the DMV.
Oh my gosh. So I still don't have my Washington State license, and I'm a law-abiding citizen. And once you gain residency in a state, you have 30 days until you get a new license. So yesterday I get off work at like 2:30. That's what time I get off every day because I go in pretty early. And I'm like, I'll just swing by DMV. It is one exit off, then one block over, and then I'm back on I-5, and it's no big deal at all.
Right.
I get my they do the whole ticket. What's the word? You get your ticket.
Yeah. It's like Dwight Schrute had that idea when he was in line to give that when they were at the what was it?
It was like a shareholders meeting. Because Dunder Mifflin was closing. What about a deli ticket line? What about everyone thought that it was, he thought that everyone was agreeing with him, but yeah. No, so I sit in line for an hour, and let's just say that the people at the DMV, just the type of people you see there,
you would expect you would expect to see like 30 of Jared Grosses, like just some law-abiding citizens trying to get their license, right?
Oh yeah,
it's like Walmart on steroids on the amount of people that you could just sit there and watch. So I sat there for an hour, and then I realized that I realized nobody around me had even gotten up to go. They've been there way longer than I had.
Yeah.
And I realized that they close in an hour.
And I'm like, well, I'm not just going to sit around and wait for an hour and not get served at all. So I just left. And by the time, that had taken an hour, I get back on I-5, and that's like just an absolute disaster. So then I get caught in traffic because usually I'm ahead of it, but I got caught behind an hour. So then I waited like an extra 45 minutes in traffic. I get home like real late. It
wasn't your day, Jared.
No, and like so Gunnar called yesterday, and like I just realized that like there's a lot of things that aren't as bad as what people say it is. But the DMV is as advertised. It is as bad as advertised. It is a terrible place to be.
I feel like it's got to be like the perfect people watching opportunity though too.
Yeah, I think you get a lot of I don't know, people with DUIs, and there's a lot of face tattoos. There was a stench.
Of course,
so I'm gonna say there's definitely a stench in that DMV.
Yeah. So I had that same situation in Ames. My license was expired by quite a bit because I went in there 4 separate times, and I just, I walked in there, I got my ticket. I'm like, today's not my day. I'm not doing this. I'm not waiting. And so finally on the 4th time, I was like, I got to get this done. I'm going to stick it out. And I sat there in a chair for 2.5 hours.
Oh, that'd be brutal.
Yeah. And like, Jared, I know exactly what you're saying. Like you see it on TV shows or in movies or whatever. The DMV is literally that bad.
Yeah.
Like it's an accurate, movies do a terrible job portraying war, I guess, from like what veterans and people say. They nail the DMV on the spot. That's an accurate portrayal.
Huh.
And like I didn't want to let the sunk cost fallacy kind of like screw me over, because you're like, oh, if I've been here for an hour, I might as well stay longer. I'm like, no, I feel like I'm not going to get anything done here, so I just left.
Yeah.
Sorry, man.
So Jared, kind of other things that make us mad. Me and Gunnar talked about it when we interviewed James. We talked Iowa State football. Gunnar says one thing that makes him mad is my extreme bias in sports. What are your thoughts?
Your bias and hypocrisy. That's what pisses me off about your sports picks.
What bothers me is the inconsistency.
Yeah, it's not there.
How?
It's not there.
What? With what?
I don't know, dude. This is totally random what you like.
With what?
Sometimes.
How?
You're like, for some reason, you're like a decent like Washington Redskins fan.
I've been a Redskins fan as my number 2 team for like 15 years.
See, you always, that's like your favorite question to ask people. Hey, what's like your number 2 NFL team? That's nobody asks that.
And
that's
then he tries to make it a point to make sure that the Redskins are his second favorite.
Nobody has a number 2 NFL team.
I fucking do. Whatever, man.
Ever since 2012, you've been trying to, bang Jim Harbaugh.
He's a beast.
You've been trying to bang him.
Ever since he got to the 49ers, absolute beast. Absolute beast.
And then you're a big Michigan homer because of him.
I'll give you that. The Michigan thing started about 2 years ago for no good reason. I'll give you that one.
Hey, we have a caller.
Hey, Jared, we have a first caller. You ready?
All right, I'm going to remember some other stuff.
Okay.
We'll go back to that.
What is up, guys? You are on Taking the Over. Who is this calling the program?
This is the old crow.
Oh, it's Al Heflin. No way. Jared, you got Al Heflin on the phone.
Hey, Al, how's it going, man?
I can hardly hear you, Jared.
Good. Good to hear from
I
you.
can't believe he's calling.
He said he could hardly hear you, Jared.
Oh, well, you'll have that.
I'm such an old crow,
Al, what do you got for us today?
What do I got for you? Well,
What?
I can say one thing that pisses me off.
Okay.
We got young bucks like you that give us old parts crap all the time.
Okay, that's fair, Al. I will give you that one. You guys, in support of old people.
He's so right. We talk so much shit about old people on this show. All of our dads.
I'm surprised I even listen to you guys anymore.
Oh, Al, I'm sorry. You know we mean well, though.
Yeah.
How about this episode? This episode, we'll promise nothing will be directed at old people, but we can only do one episode.
Yeah,
Okay.
we can dedicate one episode to not bashing old people.
Okay.
Hey, Al, we'll kind of reverse this a little bit. What is something your son Andrew does that pisses you off?
That's a tough one. Oh, he probably makes more money than I do.
Oh, that's great. That's great.
He
Al,
beats me in golf.
He can beat you in golf. That's sad.
Yeah, he does beat me in golf. So
Is that the old age to blame?
no, lack of golfing.
Lack of golf. Okay, sure. Yeah, we'll use that. We'll use that as an excuse.
Yeah, you know, Mr. Gross, he probably hasn't golfed since he's been out in Seattle, so he's going to get rusty. So I'll probably be able to beat him next time he gets the market.
ooh.
See, I don't know about that, Alan. It's like riding a bike. It's like riding a bike with me now.
Yeah.
Oh, that's awesome.
What's it going to cost you to golf out there in Seattle, Jared? You know?
I haven't even looked. I mean, I have my golf carts sitting in my apartment. It's mainly just for show right now.
Yeah. Did you get your furniture finally?
Yeah. I guess we haven't given that update. Yep, I have my stuff.
Yes.
I have got that last Thursday, so I am living large finally.
No, there was nothing broken, right?
Nope, nothing broken. Just 4 weeks late.
Yeah.
Oh, that's awesome. Well, Mr. Heffling, thank you so much for calling in. I did not expect you to call in, but it is awesome you did.
Well, you guys doing a good job. Just keep it up.
Awesome.
Hopefully things will work out, and who knows where it might lead to.
Yeah, we will see. Thank you for calling in, Al.
You bet. Bye.
That was
That was awesome. I did not expect that coming at all. Oh, man, that was great.
Jared, where were you? You were bitching about something.
I was talking about Jeff and Jim Harbaugh fascination.
Keep roasting me. Dare you.
I don't know. There's nothing wrong with a good old-fashioned man crush. Like I have many man crushes.
Right,
But-
and like one is George Clooney. Should be.
Right.
He is
What
one
else?
well-built man. All right, how about this? Hang on a sec. I have 3 man crushes. We all got 3. You have 3 man crushes you can think of?
Absolutely.
Jared, you got 3 man crushes you can think of?
Well, when it comes to sports, are you talking sports?
No.
Sports,
just-
actors, politicians, whoever.
Okay, well, the first ones that come to mind that I feel like were my guys was Lamar Jackson.
Yep.
After the very first time I saw Lamar Jackson play, which was the year before, it was in the last game of like his.
It was before the Florida State massacre.
Yeah, it was a bowl game versus Texas A&M. Lamar Jackson had a massive man crush. Dak Prescott, I had a massive man crush. And then maybe an actor. I can't really say this is my guy, but I'll go Brad Pitt.
Yeah, I mean everyone.
I think a lot of people would say Brad Pitt,
So
which is fine.
my 3, I kind of talk about all the time. Like 1, I have a man crush on Joe Rogan.
Fair.
Obviously Brett Favre. I mean, any guy that can throw a ball like that, I'm gonna have a crush on him. And 3 is Commander Steve McGarrett off Hawaii 5-0. He does his job perfectly, and he does it looking good.
I feel like what percentage of our audience has actually seen Hawaii 5-0?
I haven't seen Hawaii 5-0.
Well, you haven't lived.
No, I haven't. I have not.
It's
seen
literally
Hawaii 5-0.
it's the best cop show ever produced.
See, I feel like this is a dumb segment to do right now because if you guys did your damn homework, we have a list of 5 people you'd like to have a beer with.
That's different than people that have a man crush on, because I don't have a man crush on Hitler.
I bet Gunner just overlapped on accident.
Maybe.
Yeah.
My 3 man crushes. Okay, you said Harbaugh. I'll throw Harbaugh in there. Okay.
Yeah.
Then my other one's Russell Wilson. I have a huge man
You
crush
do.
on him. I would love Russell Wilson a lot.
Do you love him more than you love Scott Frost?
Yeah. Once Scott Frost leads Nebraska to 10 wins this year, then he'll push it up. But
That's one thing we haven't even talked about.
we talked
did.
about it.
No, the obsession with Nebraska, how annoying that is, Jeff.
Come on, come on.
Just because you were a fat, chubby little 5-year-old kid and for some reason you liked Nebraska, like that was a stage you needed to grow out of and you never did.
Right. And he could have adopted a little love for Iowa State, and he refused to.
And he also for some reason really likes Notre Dame.
Yeah.
Just because Manti Te'o and him were probably having an internet chat session back in high school.
That would have been sick if I was the girlfriend. I was the
If you were
girlfriend.
the girlfriend of Van Dyke Day.
How cool do you think that guy or girl, whoever it was, feels? Like
Oh yeah,
you just punked the best linebacker in college football.
yeah, that was good.
Yeah.
That was good. And then my, kind of going back to the man crushes. My other one, I'm with you, Jerry. I would have said Brad Pitt. I think Brad Pitt is in Troy and Fight Club. He is just an absolute alpha male of a man.
I just went back and watched Troy like 2 nights ago. Just the scene
How good is it?
of him standing outside the walls yelling at Hector, and then he just slits his neck and then ties him up without no hesitation, just drives him away on the
So-
horse.
Jared, not to interrupt you, but I saw a better scene today than that.
Than that?
Yeah, I was walking to campus today, and I saw
Okay.
Come and Go Joe pull into Come and Go on his motorcycle, get off, put his helmet down, and start his day at Come and Go.
Wow.
Yeah, that's what I said. I couldn't believe my eyes. I
Was
thought
there,
that,
was there a hot chick on the back?
obviously.
Yeah.
But like that, I finally got to see like Joe in his natural habitat.
Yeah.
Ride a motorcycle, pull in, start
Did he
his
wear a
day.
helmet? Does he wear a helmet?
He did wear a helmet because I talked to him a while ago. He wore a cast. That's because someone cut him off and he wrecked his old motorcycle. So he wears a helmet now, and for protective reasons, obviously. But
That surprises me. You know, Come and Go Joe.
he's kind of a badass. You'd think like,
Yeah.
oh, I don't need a
I
helmet.
thought he was. I kind of pictured him driving like a Chrysler Pacifica, like really, to the rules. Black and white. Because he's to the rules when it comes to asking you about a rewards card.
But I think he turns that on when he gets the word. He's now got this like badass side to him
Yeah, that's
that
kind
I
of
didn't know that I didn't know about.
Yeah, that kind of makes him the GOAT a little bit.
I would say so.
I totally agree, guys. Yeah.
You don't even know Come and Go Joe. Don't act like you know him.
No, I never really caught the hype on Come and Go Joe, unfortunately. That's okay though. Jared, what else is making you mad this week?
How about this? I'm not trying. We hit old people pretty hard, and I feel like we kind of attack women of our generation pretty hard. We make fun of the dumb stuff they do, and I'm trying not. And I'm not going to use any names because this actually didn't even come up when I saw a specific person. But when girls do mirror pics, which is fine, but they like plop their butt on top of the sink, and they do the 180 turn around. And
Can
take
you
the photo.
please don't use the word plop? I don't like that.
Jared's so right about how annoying that is, though.
You know how many things guys do that are annoying that they could probably do 50 podcast episodes on? I know what you're getting at, Jared.
On that?
I mean like annoying stuff that guys do.
Oh.
Yeah.
If Jana would ever ask us a question, we'd know, but she's not cool enough.
Yeah, well.
Oh, hey, Jared, I wanted to bring up, I have an interesting topic, or it's kind of like a funny topic. Jeff and Facebook events.
Yeah, the thing is they don't piss me off. I actually really like them.
No, it's not. It's deterring like the. Oh, hey, Casey Coyle's calling. Hell yeah.
We got a phone call. Okay. Welcome to Taking the Over. Who is this calling the program?
What's up, Hot Sauce? It's Casey.
Hey, bud, where are you calling from, kid?
Oh, the lovely Bakersfield, California, you know.
That's right. You are in Southern Cal.
West Coast. Yeah.
How's it going for you, kid?
Oh, it's hot. You know, just doing beach bum things, hanging out by the pool.
So I saw that Casey was in Bakersfield, and so I Snapchatted him or whatever. How shitty is Bakersfield?
Okay. So
We need you to talk about Bakersfield.
Gunner, obviously, you know, I texted him and I said, I have an unpopular opinion about Bakersfield that it's not all that bad. Okay, I take all of that back. It is awful, miserable. You drive, like, okay, I got excited because I found like a Chick-fil-A, an In-N-Out, and a Panda Express all in one area.
Trifecta.
So that was when I was texting Gunner.
Trifecta.
Today, I drove, so little backstory, there's a Frito-Lay plant like 20 minutes outside of town, so that's why I'm here. You have to drive 10 minutes to get to the closest like lunch place, and it's like a truck stop off of I-5. This place is a wasteland.
I was gonna ask, is it one of those like dirty truck stops you see like in the movies, like just
Yeah, kind of like just like grease balls everywhere.
yeah. So like when Eric and I were at the Grand Canyon, we drove back to San Fran and we actually drove through Bakersfield, and that's the initial thing. And I thought, I'm like, this place is a dump. Jeff, you need to go to Bakersfield, California.
Oof.
Jeff, meet me in Bakersfield by tomorrow.
I could do that. Jared, what were you going to say?
I think Jeff would like Bakersfield a little bit. He likes the grease, he says.
Jeff lives in the grease.
the
Jeff
grease.
is the grease.
I kind of like to live life a little bit on edge. I always kind of want to have a little bit of fear in my life. A little fear or
I'm
something.
just a little concerned being close to LA. What is the gang violence like in Bakersfield?
It can't be good.
Probably not good.
Casey, hey, I have your solution if you ever get tied up in any gang activity, okay?
Okay, hit me with it.
This is what you need to do. You lift up your shirt and you show your little heart surgery scar and just say, don't ever, I don't know. You can make up a cool, badass story about how someone tried to,
Don't
two-time
mess
you.
with me.
You should see the other guy. Yeah.
Yeah, I've got an unfair advantage there. You're right.
Interesting.
Okay.
Well, anything else you got for us, Casey?
No,
You're just living your best
living
life.
that SoCal life in a hotel.
Dude,
Got
I
the
lived
AC
in a
cranked to
hotel.
65.
I lived in a hotel for an entire summer. It's really cool for like the first 2 weeks. And then
2 weeks, I'm kind of sick of it.
dude, well, because you're in
It's been like
Bakersfield.
3 days.
Yeah, it after like week 1 or 2, man, it drops off fast.
Yeah, well, it's all right.
I got something for Casey. So
Jared, I can't wait to hear it. What's up?
we had our beef, and I'm coming at you again. I bought an Echo Show, and I'm kind of like going through its capabilities, and I found out that I can like FaceTime using my Echo Show with other people who have Echo Shows. And I'm like, oh, awesome. Because like last week, Casey told me, he's like, hey, I'm going to get an Echo Show as well. I'm like, that's
I didn't
awesome.
say I am 100% going to get an Echo Show. I said I am looking into getting an Echo Show. Should I get an Echo Show?
I'm like, yes, you should. So I'm like, Alexa, FaceTime Casey C. And she's like, I'm sorry, he doesn't have a device. Oh my gosh, Alexa's yelling at me right now. I need to shut up. She actually just said something to me. I go out to find that Casey goes behind my back in front of me somehow and doesn't get an Alexa show.
I'm sorry.
Casey, Jared, I don't want to interrupt you. Casey, we're going to have to let you go. Andrew Heffling's calling in right now. Thanks for stopping on, buddy.
Okay, bye.
The lines are hot.
Hold on.
Oh, did you hang up on her?
No, I didn't. Welcome to Taking the Over. Who is this calling the program?
This is Andrew Heffling, your boy.
Hey.
Have your dad just called?
What's up, fellas?
If your dad just called maybe 10 minutes ago.
Did he really?
Yeah, you did. Heffy, what do you got for us, buddy?
Big fan there.
What do you got for us?
I just want your guys' opinion on football starting up next week. Are you guys hyped for the preseason? Or are you guys just kind of like, Or I guess, what's your opinion on that?
Jared, you go first.
I kind of missed it.
What are your thoughts?
Camp?
What are your thoughts on preseason? Are you excited for it or not?
I think preseason is one of those things that every year you kind of get excited for the first one. You're like, because you like kind of convince yourself, oh my God, this is going to be awesome. I'm excited to see the rookie quarterbacks and everything.
Right.
But I think after the first week of the preseason, you realize, wait, this actually kind of sucks. It's kind of like water parks. Like you like at first, like when you're a little kid, you thought they were awesome, but then like after you go down the slide once, you kind of figured it out. Like you realize what it was, and you're ready for like the real regular season. So like I'm excited for it, but 4 weeks is way too long, and by then you're really sick of it, and you're ready for the actual regular season to get going.
Okay.
You see, I agree. I do not care for the preseason whatsoever. Just give me Aaron Rodgers on the field. I don't care what I have coming. I don't care about the rookies, anything. Just give me the regular season, week 1, Aaron Rodgers on the field, throwing touchdowns.
See, Heff, I'm actually kind of excited for this year's preseason just because the Steelers drafted Mason Rudolph. So, like, obviously, Big Ben's not going to play at all in the preseason. I'm curious to see how Mason Rudolph is going to be because, I mean, he could be the quarterback for the Steelers, 10 years from now. So, I'm curious to see how he would do in preseason.
Yeah, I mean, I got to agree with Jared a little bit, too. I mean, you always work yourself up for these games. And especially like the Hall of Fame game, it's like next week's early August. You're ready. Football will be back, And then it's just, you watch the first drive, you watch Flacco go like 2 for 6 and get like 1 first down and like, that's enough.
Yeah, it's like, come on, let's just get this over with.
Yeah, totally.
Have you heard the report on Flacco? There's a report that came out on Flacco that apparently he like really trained for speed this offseason, and there's a report that said his mobility is night and day compared to previous years.
Joe Flacco's such an
saw
idiot.
What would his?
And I'm pretty sure it was on Pardon My Take, and I think PFT was like, you know what this means? They're just trying to make a seamless transfer for when RG3 takes over or Lamar Jackson. Because they're going to have Flacco running like read options, and then they're just going to be like, wait, Flacco really sucks. Get in there, Lamar.
So you're saying his Madden like speed rating went from 2 to 4? It just doubled.
Nice day, man.
I hate the Ravens so bad, but I actually would get a big kick out of it if Lamar Jackson and Joe Flacco both got hurt and RG3 led them to the playoffs, like for the whole year. I would actually get a kick out of that.
There's another thing that pisses me off when it comes to Jeff's sports likings is your man crush with RG3.
Well,
it's over, man. Get over it.
That goes back to the Redskins thing. They drafted him. I liked the Redskins before. He had one of the best rookie seasons for a quarterback ever. He was amazing.
Yeah,
his rookie
him and
year.
Alfred Morris were really good.
So, what's his name? Shanahan ruined RG3.
That was a terrific rookie duo right there. And Jeff, you never got RG3 to retweet you.
Oh, dude, I tweeted at him and tweeted at him and tweeted at him. I said, hey, RG3, can I get a retweet for Christmas? Nothing. Never did.
I wouldn't retweet that either.
But it did.
It was a picture of me wearing an RG3 jersey shirt. I bought one of those, and I was pointing at it.
That's fair.
Yeah, but still, Jeff,
you're
going to need like a terminal disease to get a retweet or something, you know? You're going to need something to get you over the hump.
Yeah, I feel you. Well, either way, Hef, you got anything else for us? Otherwise, we'll let you go, bud.
No, just got a softball game tonight. Just want to say, Mitzi boys, fun being on. We're going to have to do a full NFL preview coming up, Jeff.
We will, dude. We absolutely will. Thanks for stopping by, buddy. We'll talk to you soon.
Yep. I'll talk to you boys later.
Later. That was good. That was good to get.
Hey, I have a topic that I kind of want to talk about.
Okay.
First, I'm going to comment on your video camera quality.
Okay.
It's low. It's like 4 pixels per inch. Can you fix that?
My computer's a dinosaur.
Yeah, it really
Absolute
is.
dinosaur.
So what I want to talk about is, Jared, have you heard that I'm trying to grow a beard?
I haven't heard about it. I've seen it.
What do you initial thoughts?
Well, I just saw one photo, and I thought you looked really good.
Oh, hold on, boys. We have got another phone call coming in.
Can't talk about my beard yet.
This is taking the over by 21st Finance. Who is on the phone line today?
Hey, what's up, guys? We got Pete, the metropolis of Clay.
Pete is back, episode 2. What's up, kid?
He's got a hot take. I can feel it.
Hey,
How
so
are you guys doing tonight?
good. And you know what's kind of funny, Pete? You're kind of like our first multiple time caller, you know, like longtime fan, multiple time caller. You're kind of like our first true phone fan.
Hey, you know what? I enjoy the podcast. I enjoy listening to you guys chat it up.
He might be more loyal to the program than Jared.
Inside scoop of what's going on with the boys from Ames.
It's good. That's good. Hey, you want to know something? Gunnar just said this, Pete. You might be a bigger fan of this show than Jared is. Jared was 12 minutes late today to recording.
Wow. 12. I mean,
He's holding his breath, right? He's biting his tongue.
honestly, he was probably like an hour and 48 minutes early.
There you go.
Yeah.
No, that's actually a good point, Jeff. In your text messages, you never specify
Oh my!
central or Pacific time.
Shut up.
You just think the world revolves around you, and that central time is what I'm supposed to go by.
Everything goes by Marcus, Iowa time or Cleghorn, Iowa time. You know
Marcus,
that.
Iowa time.
This I do agree with.
So, Pete, what do you got for us, bud?
All right, I got a question similar to something I tweeted the other day. Okay, a little side note. Don't you just hate it when you tweet something and then someone replies disagreeing with your original tweet, and then that reply gets more favorites?
You are barking. You are barking up the Jeff Perkins tree. Andrew
That
Hefflin.
always happens.
Oh my gosh.
Andrew Hefflin has done that to me hundreds of times where I tweet something, it gets 3 likes, and then he replies and it gets like 45. Happens all the time.
It's just so degrading.
What was your original tweet, Pete?
Okay, my original tweet was something along the lines of like, do you ever think back in all the great moments in history that you weren't alive for, and does it make you want to cry, be sad, whatever?
Sure. Good tweet.
Wow,
Okay,
that's a deep
so
one.
that was the tweet. One of my buddies just replied, not really. And
Straight up, just not really.
Not really. No, I don't ever get sad thinking about moments in history that I've missed. And I was like, all right, fair enough. I guess I do. So,
That's when
I mean,
He-
you asked the question. It was an honest question. Like, do you ever? And he said, not really.
yeah. I mean, that's a fair point. I mean, I can't be mad at him.
Pete, do you want a little Twitter advice?
Yeah, I suppose.
Just delete the tweet, man.
No.
You stay loyal.
Oh,
I'm
that's
too
great.
proud for that.
Yeah, you stand.
honestly.
You
Like,
stand behind your tweets.
I try not to like be a super prideful guy, but that's just one thing. It's not even pride. It's just like I'm saying pride a lot, but I pride myself on being real, and that's just like something to me that'd be like, yeah, I'm gonna kind of pansy out of this one, so I just leave it up.
Isaiah Peterson, Twitter reel. I like it.
Pete, I want to ask you a question. Pete, I want to ask you a question that's kind of off that topic.
Okay.
You've been doing these coffee reviews. I
Yeah.
posted a couple on my website. Can I just kind of ask you, like, what's been your motivation for doing those?
Yeah, okay. So my like original kind of like post about like bringing this to light that I was gonna do this, really kind of explained it, and that was really all I had. I'm between school right now. I just graduated from UNI and then going to chiropractic school in the fall. So I'm working like a construction job, of which we travel every day and we stop at a lot of convenience stores.
You
And
kind
so I
of
was
need.
like,
You kind of
man,
need coffee for that.
No, I was just like, man, we have a lot of windshield time. Like, I'm up at 6 a.m. Like, I don't know. I love coffee. I need something to pass the time.
You should start smoking cigarettes.
Reviews. I'm a big review guy. I put a lot of emphasis on reviews. Like, I'm always checking reviews.
Pete, did you just catch what Jared said?
No.
You need to start smoking cigarettes, man.
I'm not smoking cigarettes. I refuse to be that blue collar.
Oh, I love it.
But okay, so basically that was what prompted it. Is like it gave me something to do. I honestly didn't care if people were interested in it or not. And honestly, like there's been more interest in them than I expected. Like it may not get like the likes and shares and things. Like I've had a good handful, maybe 2 handfuls of people just like random when they see me just be like, oh, I love your coffee reviews. Like
Sweet.
I try almost all of them that are above like a 6 or a 7. And I was like, all right, that's pretty cool. It's like honestly, I had one coffee company send me coupons.
What? No way. No way.
I actually used them today. They sent me like 3 coupons that were good. They were like good up until like $6. So I found them at Hy-Vee, like 3 of their 48-ounce containers of coffee and tea and stuff. And I was like, perfect.
That's awesome,
So-
dude. Hey, other than the coffee reviews, you got anything else for us today? Otherwise, we'll let you go for the night, bud.
Yeah, I do. Okay, so here's what we got. It's similar to my tweet, but it's what is the one moment in sports history that you wish you could have seen firsthand?
I already know what mine is, but I'm not. I'll go last.
Let Jared go.
Jared, what's yours?
Well, first I got one comment on Pete, and it really doesn't really need any response. You're basically like the Dave Portnoy of coffee reviews, essentially.
No, don't. I don't do that to me.
You're not a Portnoy fan?
No.
Wow.
Sorry, man.
How about I think this is obviously I gave this a full 15 seconds of thought, but how about seeing Jackie Robinson first time stepping on an MLB field?
That'd be a
I
good
think
one.
that'd be really cool.
Yeah.
I mean, do you really think if you were alive at that time, do you think that would have been cool to you?
I think
do you
that's a
think
hind-
that you would
that's
have
a-
been liberated enough at that time to see it as cool?
It's probably a hindsight. Like now looking back at it, you realize it was a big moment.
Okay,
but,
I guess that's a really good variable to throw into this. Are we like considering like are we like kind of in our future self, or is like we are not aware of what the future is like? You know
Yeah,
what I mean?
honestly, let's just make it simple. Like your life right now. So,
Okay.
Like, yeah, we
Okay.
don't have to throw the
The wrench.
geopolitical circumstances into things.
Okay, Gunnar, what would you say? Aaron Boone, ALCS.
That would be sick. Gosh, I wish I could have been. This probably isn't number one, but I'll just give one that I would really like to be at. Is the Monday Night Football Brett Favre when his dad died and he threw for like 399 yards
Versus the Raiders.
against the Raiders. I think that would have been really cool to be at.
Yeah.
I don't know. I can't think of like one moment. I'd have to really think about that one.
See, I'm a toss up between three. So, hold on. So obviously my Steelers bias is one of them. Like Super Bowl 43 when Big Ben threw that touchdown pass, I would have loved to have been sitting in the corner when he caught that. Absolutely would have. But that's my Steelers bias only, and I admit that. The other one would have been when Babe Ruth called his shot, and that would have been insane to watch Babe Ruth back in the day. I think it would have been incredible to watch him. And then my third one would have been the kick six game, sitting in Auburn student section at the end zone where the guy runs it into the end zone and you watch him run it in. That would have been insane too.
Those are two great ones. I don't know. Steelers one, not a Steelers fan.
Yeah, I mean that's a bias.
Doesn't make my list, but
Pete, what would yours
the other
be?
two have been great. Okay, so I have a little bias going on right now. I'm reading the new Tiger Woods book that just came out, which is phenomenal.
I know what you're gonna say.
Yeah,
I know what you're gonna say. Then
what was that, Jared?
you're gonna say chipping it in from that bunker, aren't you?
No.
Oh,
But,
wow.
boy, that is one of my favorite YouTube videos.
Jared and I have watched that probably 35 times in the past year. It's
Mainly because Vern Lundquist with the call
on the
In your
16th.
life!
Yeah. No, Mike. Yeah. There's like, he'll be lucky to put this within 15 feet of the pin, but yeah. Okay, so close to that though. So I'm reading that book, and I'm reading that book, and I would have loved to have been a part of the 1997 Masters when Tiger won. I mean, that was Tiger's first year as a pro, and he won the Masters by 12 strokes.
Oh yeah, he absolutely destroyed.
I mean, and just the thing is you think about it, you're just like, oh yeah, that was crazy. Here's this. I mean, he was 20 years old. He couldn't even drink, and he just won the Masters by 12 strokes. And then just there was racial, there was still a racial barrier, especially in the country clubs and things like that. That just Tiger was shattering. His dad just hugs him and cries. And there's just so much stuff going on, and that in hindsight, that moment represented. I just think it would have been incredible to be there. And as a huge golf fan and a huge Tiger fan, I think that just would have been phenomenal. And even just his whole run up, watching him play as an amateur,
Jeez.
and then up until the fall. But he's gonna win the PGA Championship this year, so.
Pete, that was a healthy amount of insight there. Bravo, my friend. Bravo.
Dude, I highly recommend the book. I'm not a fast enough reader to start doing book reviews, but when I finish this one, it might get a pretty thorough Facebook review.
Pete,
It's so good.
I love that, That was an awesome answer.
All right. You guys enjoy your night.
Pete, one last question. I'll let you go.
Yeah.
Can I throw a couple coffee reviews on the website?
Yeah, go for it.
All right, cool, man. Thanks. Hey, thanks for stopping by. We'll talk to you soon, buddy.
All right. See you later, guys. Always good to talk to you.
Hey, Petey.
And then there were just three angry men. Phones have been kind of hot tonight, Jer.
Yeah, they have.
Yeah, we can't even get a good convo going.
Okay, now can I talk about my beard?
Yeah.
So what was your initial thought when you saw the picture of my beard?
You look good. You look
I
really
think you look good. Yeah, you look good.
All right, so it's about a month in, and
wow.
yeah, so I finally realized I'm going to go all in on this, right? If
you're gonna be a bear, be a grizzly bear.
Exactly. And so I got the old lady's approval. Wait, I guess, how long do you have to be dating a girl in order to call her the old lady?
6 months. You can't call Jana an old lady. Jana's probably watching right now. You cannot call Jana your old lady. You guys have been dating 2 months. So stop it. Stop it. I'm heated on that. You will never call her the old lady. Old lady is you're either engaged or you're fucking married. She is not your old lady.
Okay.
No.
Okay, that's fine. That's fair.
Absolutely.
Anyways, so I got her approval, and I got like invested. I got invested in the beard. I went out, I bought some beard oil, I bought a beard brush. I went onto Amazon and I bought some like beard shampoo. And I bought this like shaping tool to where like I can get really tight lines on my cheeks and on my neck. So like I'm all in on this.
Yeah. It looks good, man. I mean, you've done a really good job with the beard. It's getting healthy, and you're only what, a month in?
So that's what I'm pumped up about right now, Jared.
Yeah, I mean, everyone's got to have something. You know?
Jared, how's your beard coming?
I just
Nice.
Well,
nice.
I have to. The thing is, I have to shave like every 3 days because, like, otherwise, you start to see a little bit, and then you realize how sad of an excuse of a man that I am.
Right.
Yeah.
And when I was living in my hotels and Airbnbs, I had a razor, but I didn't have any shaving cream. So I was in this Airbnb, and I didn't have any shaving cream, and I used lotion as shaving cream.
How'd that go?
And I just cut the piss out of my cheek, I guess close to my chin, and that's finally healing up. So that's how my beard's going, really.
It's good, man.
It's not good. He got razor burn. I feel bad for him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What can you do, Jared? You have a tough life.
Sometimes Jeff just says. You ever notice that Jeff just kind of says things like cliche terms when he really doesn't give a shit? You know what?
Like what? Like what?
Just
you know
now.
what my favorite Jeff saying is?
What's that?
And I've gone over this many times with Jeff, but there's many times when I was sitting next to Jeff at a bar, at a party, or in class or something, and someone's talking, like, because Jeff's a popular guy, I'll give it to him. People love Jeff. So everyone goes up to Jeff and they start talking to him, and Jeff's got a pretty short attention span, and there's many times when you can tell Jeff just doesn't want to talk to this person. And a key indicator of that is Jeff will say this one saying over and over while the other person's talking. He will say this. Yeah, I hear you.
and that's where I kind kind of got that.
Oh man,
is from Jeff. Like, yeah, I hear you.
Yeah, I hear you.
But he'll like say it out the corner of his.
You're clearly just stating a fact. Like you don't even have to comprehend what they're saying.
No,
you're just acknowledging that you hear the sound vibrations in your inner ear.
And he kind of like gets his deep voice, and then like out of the side of his mouth, like, yeah, I hear you.
Yeah, I hear you. Jared, you know that reminds me of when we were in that laboratory and that one random kid came up to me when I was on the computer. Remember that?
Yeah.
My senior year of college, and he was just talking to me. Oh, so talking about this test, and I was literally staring at my screen, not even making eye contact with the kid. I was like, "Yup, yeah, I hear you."
No, I actually really remember that. And you were doing something even worse, is because you had headphones in and you were working at your computer, and then that guy taps you on the shoulder and starts talking about his studying habits for this test or whatever.
I don't care. I don't know you.
And here's the thing, Jeff, is you left the earbud he was over your right shoulder. You left the earbud in your left ear.
I just pulled out the one.
And you were holding the other one like inches from your right ear as this guy's still talking to you, because you're like indicating that you're about to completely shut him off.
Oh, man.
Yeah, I hear you.
I'll give you this much, Jared. The attention span thing, I have a horrible attention span sometimes.
Yeah, you do.
That's all right, though.
You're watching a movie with you is absolutely terrible.
Why is that?
What do you think? You just said your attention span sucks.
No, I mean, like, I don't walk around the whole time or anything, though.
Yeah, but I don't know, dude. You know exactly what I'm talking about.
Hey, we have a phone call, Jared. Jared, hang on. We got a call coming in. This should be the last call of the night. This is taken over by 21st Finance. Who is calling in today?
Hey, Jeff. How we doing? It's Eric.
He's back, boys and girls.
Eric, real quick. Does Jeff...
Hey, first off,
Eric, hold on. Eric, hold on. Jared's got something for you.
Can nobody hear me, or what the hell's going on?
I don't know, Jared. I think it's you.
Jared.
Eric.
What's he doing?
Eric.
I don't know. You can't hear him, I guess. Can you, Jared, just talk?
Eric.
Yeah.
Does Jeff suck watching movies with?
Did Jeff suck what?
Does it suck to watch a movie with Jeff?
Yeah. Yeah, I'm going to be honest.
And why is that?
Why is that?
Because before the opening credits, before the Warner Brothers fucking gold sign comes on, Jeff's already got a dip in and has spit obnoxiously 6 times.
Okay, that's true too.
That is
But
true.
also his commentary.
All right, so what do you got for us, Eric?
Well, first things first, I feel like I owe the listeners an apology. I was a savage last week.
There's no apologies on 21st Finance.
All right.
We don't say sorry to no one.
Don't have a whole lot for you. I guess two things though. One, there's no worse feeling than getting second place in Fortnite.
True.
97th.
Yeah, well, 97th is pretty bad.
Yeah,
But no,
that's
I know
bad.
exactly what you mean. You work hard, you get to the final circle. It's you and one guy. You know exactly where he is. You get into a shootout, and boom, you're dead.
Is it more impressive?
That's happened to me like 6 times in the last 24 hours.
Is it in Fortnite? Is it more impressive to get second place or to get 100th place? It's way more impressive to get 100th place.
True. I've gotten 97th. 100th is damn near impossible.
I was gonna say, I feel like if you look at the percentages, you're gonna have 5% of the people drop out because of lag or network or quit anyway. So I would say more impressive that 100 people are there and you get 100.
Okay, Eric, what do you got for us, bud?
Not really anything that pisses me off, but more of a call out.
Okay.
And I've done this before, and I know exactly how he's gonna respond. Jared, you gotta text me back, man. You're leaving me hanging.
Yeah, that's actually true, man. I've been doing a terrible job of texting you back.
I mean, I know I text you while we're at work, and I understand. That's fine. Maybe I'll start texting you at night. But God, I go through our messages, and it's like 8 blue messages in a row on my end. Nothing from Jared.
Jared, you prick. I actually did the same thing. Go ahead.
Yeah. Eric, you deserve better than that, and I'm being dead serious. You deserve a lot better than that, man. I'll do a better job. I do a terrible job of like texting my mom back. Like,
I know. And honestly, I thought your response was gonna be like, "Well, Eric, don't text me so much at work with all this stupid stuff." But I've been trying to like send you meaningful texts, you know.
Yeah. Well, what was the one today? You were trying. You gave me a heads up on that Xbox Ones were on sale.
Yep, so I got an email about that.
See, that's nice. That's a nice thing to send you.
Great allocation of company time. And then the other thing was I have just been handing my number out on Tinder like a whore lately. I mean, it's bad.
Eric, you got to slow down.
It's bad. Right now I have my location set to Des Moines, so I'm just trying to line up a firing squad for the weekend.
Jesus.
A firing squad.
Eric, I love your non-PC bullshit.
Speaking of the not texting you back, I did the same thing to him today, Jared. He tried calling me, and I like text him like, "Hey, I'll call you after a bit." Never called him.
Didn't call him.
I forgot.
And I forgot. Like when you called, I was like, "Shit!" I knew I had something to tell Gunner, and I had just forgotten. And I was like, "Well," and then when we were on the phone, I couldn't remember it either. I'm still trying to think of it, but you'll have that.
So, are any girls texting you back, or are you just hand out the number and no takers, or what's the deal?
A few. It's
how are they looking now?
2 of them are okay.
Yeah. Okay. All right.
Okay. Hey, there's promise.
One's in Des Moines, the other one's in Chicago. Well, the Chicago one is that girl with the boyfriend.
Yikes.
Oh, that's right.
Eric, you don't need to be messing with that, man.
I'm not trying to, but she was like instigating getting drinks and stuff. And I'm like, sure, I'll be in Chicago in 2 weeks. Let's get drinks. I go on her Instagram because she has her Instagram linked to all of her Tinder Bumble accounts.
Oh, she's a horrible girlfriend.
Like last week with her boyfriend.
She's a horrible girlfriend.
Oh, God, terrible. So we're meeting up in 2 weeks.
Well,
Eric, go for it. Go for the killer.
Eric, have fun being on Jerry Springer. You sound like you're digging yourself a little hole there.
Dude, if Eric was on Jerry Springer, I'm buying everyone front row tickets.
Yeah, we're going.
We're going.
Yes. Yeah. I want all of you guys to run on stage and just start throwing haymakers for me.
Oh, Eric, that's a good note to end the show. Well, hey, buddy, thank you for calling in, and we will hopefully maybe you'll call in next week.
Yeah, absolutely. I'd love to.
Thanks, buddy. See you later.
Yeah.
Well, that's good, boys. A little hour in.
I got a real quick story from today, and then I'm going to end it with a question that I need your guys' help on, okay?
Sure.
So at work today, all the urinals were taking except for the middle one. So there was 2 guys on my left, 2 guys on my right.
Right.
I go, I'm not going to back down. to anyone. You know, you just got to walk right up there and go, right?
That's what I do.
And right when I started going, I realized that before I started going, it was like completely quiet. And then and this is kind of the question, is I go straight for the water, and like, so all of a sudden it was just like loud as hell, and it was like you could only hear me peeing. And my question is where do you guys pee in a urinal?
I pee the farthest away point because I hate it when it splashes and gets you. I hate that. So I usually go above the watering hole, like just straight middle is what I try to do, and let it trickle down.
Okay, so here's my answer. If there's ever any of those little like pink round soap things, I try to like degrade that as much as I can.
See, that's kind of fun. Yeah, I like
exactly.
That.
I make it fun to go to the bathroom.
See, I just don't think that they ever really taught us that in school of like, where exactly do you pee in a urinal?
Or maybe that's something your dad should teach you, you know?
Yeah. My dad did a great job of playing catch with me as a kid, but hell, he never taught me how to pee in a urinal.
Yeah, and Eric's dad didn't do either.
Yeah, obviously Eric's dad didn't do either.
Oh, that's awesome. Well, Jer, we're getting ready to close up shop. What is your last question of the day?
Wow, we're closing up shop. We didn't even do our top 5 list of beers.
There's always next week.
To have a beer with.
Isaiah Peterson is watching on YouTube right now. His last thing on the peeing thing, he says, corner, silent, no splashy, create a vortex. Very descriptive.
Create a vortex. That's awesome.
All right, Jared, what's your question?
I don't have a damn
All right,
question.
what's your
we promised the listeners that we were going to do the 5 people to have a beer with. We haven't even done it.
I say we just save it for next week.
Next week.
We had a good episode today. We got a lot of good stuff rolling.
Jana, I know you're still watching. Can you please ask us a question? Come on. Jared is itching to answer your question.
Jana, you got 2 minutes. And then the show's ending in 2 minutes. But hey, Jared, I didn't tell you this kind of fun little note. Guess who I'm actually going to have for an interview next week?
DJK.
Okay, I did tell you that then. Yeah. So I've been DMing him back and forth on Twitter, and he'd been like slow to get back to me. And then like we finally like he was responding, but then I said, hey, 5 o'clock today, and then he must have got busy doing something. Well, right as we start recording, he like DMs me, he's like, hey, I can interview now. Like, here's my cell phone number and all this stuff. So I'll probably just interview him tomorrow and throw it on next week's show is my plan. That'd be a good one though. I think it'd be really good.
Yeah. What was his story? Like post graduation, did he try to go pro?
So I looked him up a little bit. I actually asked him a couple of questions on Twitter. He did 1 year in the CFL, I think with Montreal. He went undrafted in the NFL draft. It would have been, I think it was the 2011 NFL draft, or it was 2011 or 2010. I don't remember. I think it was 2011.
His senior year was 2010.
So he went undrafted in that. He actually got signed to Montreal. I think he played a season with Montreal. He left the CFL. Then he was on the Iowa Barnstormers for like a year or two. Then he like moved to Chicago. I don't know. He must have did some business thing in Chicago, and I think he's back home. He like coaches like a football team or something.
I guess Jared will just have to listen to the podcast next week.
That'll be a good interview. That'd be a good interview because honestly, if he's able to talk about like his experiences with Kirk, like if he's willing to talk about it, and if he's not, it's fine. But like that would be really interesting to hear about him and Kirk's dynamic because I know it was kind of strained for a while.
Jana said, "Can you please eat your Swiss cheese squares live for me?" We finished those.
Do you have any cheese in the fridge?
Yeah, I just bought some.
Grab a slice of cheese.
Let's have a slice of cheese live.
Have a slice of cheese. Jared, another thing I want to maybe think about the podcast in the future. Should I, if me and Gunnar, are over here and you're on the phone, should I try doing the food challenges during the podcast and just like do them on YouTube?
I don't see how that really ties into a podcast.
I mean, it'd be funny. You never know.
I would feel a little out of the loop because I would be trying to give like live commentary.
And you're 2,000 miles away.
Yeah.
Hey, don't move.
I have maybe a hot take right here, but I think a lot of people would agree with me. Swiss cheese is absolutely disgusting.
Shut up. You are such a dumbass. No.
Hey.
Absolutely not.
Hey.
Don't make fun of Swiss cheese ever
again. There's a lot of things you can...
No.
Pete agrees with Jared.
No.
There's a lot of things that you can have a stand for. I don't think defending your cheese is up there.
Yeah, Jeff, like your country, your family, your friends, your morals, but your cheese? That's what you're going to get up in arms about?
I love cheese just as much as the next guy. Swiss is mediocre at best.
Unbelievable. Jared, I know you, go with the crowd, the follower, not a leader. Your favorite cheese is probably pepper jack. Like everybody else.
I don't really think that's not the crowd.
That isn't even your Swiss, you posers.
No, this is Colby Jack.
What's wrong with Colby Jack?
And Colby Jack's
Colby Jack's a fine cheese. It's kind of like it's
middle.
like a Matt Stafford of a cheese.
That means
the most underrated cheese. The most underrated cheese. Then that's true.
Matt Stafford is not the most underrated quarterback.
Who?
He was number one. He was a number one overall pick.
Who's the most underrated? Then please.
Aaron Rodgers.
No.
I'll tell you who's the most underrated. Tyrod Taylor absolutely is.
That's
Jeff,
a good answer.
You got your laptop open? Look up his numbers and tell me if he's not a 6'3" white quarterback that he's got a stable job. It's just because he's got this like stigma that he's like a scrambling tiny little quarterback that he can't hold a job. Look at his touchdown to interception ratio last year over his career.
51-18. That's phenomenal.
It's 3-1. I'm pretty sure it was 3-1.
Holy my God, that's phenomenal. Actually, Jared, I'll give you this. You have given me the best argument for this of anybody.
Give it to me.
His numbers are phenomenal. Actually, 91 quarterback rate. He's only really played 3 full seasons because he was on Baltimore 4 years. He never played.
Right.
3 years. He never throws for a lot of yards. 2015, 20 TDs, 6 picks. That's a good numbers. 2016, 17 TDs, 6 picks.
Yep.
2017, 14 TDs, 4 picks. He has 51 touchdowns to 18 interceptions.
That's really good.
That's almost a 3-1. That's almost a 3-1. And 15 rushing touchdowns too.
Yeah.
I'm saying if Tyrod Taylor is 2 inches taller and even if he was like slower, people would like him more as a quarterback.
Dang, those are dang good numbers, man. All right, that's a good argument. All right, Jared. Well, you got any last thoughts before we close up shop then?
One real quick. If we're talking about quarterbacks, you guys see Cutler came out with he's like in a new reality TV show. I haven't watched it.
Hilarious.
Yeah, I've heard it's hilarious, and I've seen little segments of it. And yeah, that guy is as advertised, where he really doesn't care about anything. And it's like that's kind of the humor in the show. Is like his wife is kind of like a high strung, lady who's but he like really doesn't care about anything. Give me 2 quarterback names. What quarterback would you most want to watch a reality TV show on, and what quarterback would be the most boring to see?
Most boring
on
on a
reality TV show.
I think Joe Flacco would be the most boring.
Flacco would be him and Eli Manning.
Yep, that was my answer. Was Eli.
Yep.
Because I think Eli's just kind of like working on his 401k, and he probably makes. I don't know what Eli does, I guess.
There's a healthy amount of quarterbacks that are like that. I mean, honestly, I don't feel like Big Ben's really a big TV. It would be TV. Like Andy Dalton, wouldn't it be?
Andy Dalton would be dry.
I don't think Ryan Tannehill would be all that crazy. I don't know. Like, I think the best one on TV, I think it'd either be Russell Wilson or Cam Newton. Cam Newton has got a big personality.
See, Russell Wilson's too much of a nice guy. I don't think the reality TV show would be that interesting.
I would say Cam Newton, because Cam Newton's got a larger than life personality.
So I got this question off the Dan Patrick show, and they brought up Phillip Rivers.
That was who I was going to say was Phillip Rivers.
Because he literally has 8 or 9 kids, I think.
Hey, he's like the Dinklas. Back off.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
I
awesome.
think that'd be actually pretty interesting. But I think I'm with Jeff. I think I'd go Cam Newton. I think Cam, large personality. I think it'd be fun to watch.
Absolutely, and I think Phillip Rivers would be a good answer too with the kids.
Well, let's wrap this up.
All right, Jer. Well, it's a good little conversation. Another good episode. 31 episodes.
Million to go.
You're a little late. Hopefully, you can be a little more on time next week. But hey, everybody makes mistakes, buddy.
Oh my gosh.
Well, thanks for stopping by, buddy. We will talk to you next week, my friend.
Yeah, whatever.
See ya. And that is it, JP.